Hello everybody. I'm just going to be showing you guys a little project thing that I made. Doing a little bit of a show and tell, but I think it's super tingly, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I would say I'm an artist, and for a bit I did pursue an artistic career kind of, because I would make little things and sell them on Etsy, but it just became too much and I moved, so I don't have the space for that anymore. But I still like to make things, whether it be like super colorful paintings like this one, I made that, or like upcycled things. And I still have a lot of materials left from when I was doing a lot of paintings. I still have a lot of polymer clay, and both of those things, because I use acrylic paint, are made of like polymers, plastics. So because I have changed a bit in my life and tried to be more environmentally conscious and making swaps and things, I would like to use those up, but I don't want to repurchase any of those things. I would like to focus on art and projects that are upcycling or made of natural materials, and maybe working with more like wood and metal. I made this. It is a bag strap that I made entirely out of, I said that weird, used watches. So all of these watches are old watches, but I thought this was very tingly, so hopefully you guys can enjoy it. Do I have sweat stains? No? Okay. But it sounds really nice because I used the stainless steel jump rings, and I used so many of them. I used 212 jump rings, and I added these clasps. And if you'd like to make this, you can find used watches on eBay. I bought, I think, like a lot of 50 for $40 with shipping. The ones I bought came like this, so already without these straps, so it's just the clock faces, which was very helpful. But there's a lot on eBay, and I'm sure other secondhand websites, that have the straps still on it, so that might take a little more time, and I didn't have a use for the straps, so I didn't want to buy ones with straps and then not be able to use that. So definitely easier to just buy the watch faces, although it might be harder to find. The only thing with the watch faces is, I was calling them tension rods just because I didn't know what they were called, but some watches have one continuous piece of metal like this one. So the bar where the strap is connected is just one continuous piece of metal, while other watches, and many watches have this, they have a, what is this called? It's called like a spring, what is it called? I just looked this up. I think they're called spring bars, I'm pretty sure, but it does create tension. There it is. So you can push that spring down in order to get that bar into the holes in the watch face. So when they came in the mail, a lot of the spring bars were missing from the watch faces, so I did have to move some around to fit onto the watches that I really liked and the watches that I wanted to use for this specific project. But I want to use some of the other ones, and I realized that you can buy spring bars for super cheap on eBay as well, and they are stainless steel, and they come in kits with all these different sizes, because as you can see from this, you have really long, lengthy watches and smaller ones. But even if this were to break, because again they're used / old watches, so if one of the spring bars were to fail from the hefty weight of this, I can also replace those ones. And I'm probably not going to use all of the watches, because I think I have 30 left. I want to make some necklaces, maybe a bracelet, so I need to get some stainless steel chain. I just really like stainless steel. This chain is stainless steel. I wear it every day. I don't really take it off. It doesn't tarnish. I like it. But I'll probably give a lot of watches away just for free on Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace. So I did see this on Pinterest, but not to toot my own horn, but on Pinterest I could see that, yes, they used these jump rings to connect the watch faces, but the ones that I saw on Pinterest only used a few, like 6 jump rings. And so what happens when you don't use enough is the watches will be like offset. They're not centered, and so it just doesn't look as nice. So I knew I would have to spend a little more money to buy more jump rings. And stainless steel jump rings cost more money than the other material jump rings, but it's definitely worth it if you're going to want to try this out or a similar project, because I used to make a lot of earrings and jewelry with polymer clay, and some of the jump rings I used were just from Amazon. I don't even use Amazon anymore, but they would tarnish so quickly. And even the silver ones I would use didn't seem to hold up well. So I don't even like to use silver jump rings. I like to use stainless steel. And it's a little bit more pricey than the cheap ones, but I think it makes it stronger as well. And I could have used more, but they were out of the 8mm ones. I think if you're going to do this project, an 8mm jump ring is perfect. It works with the thicker bars and the thinner bars. None of them like scrape together. They all move pretty freely. So I would go with the 8mm. That seemed to work out really well. But yes, I could have used even more jump rings, because some of them were like this one. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space right here. So see how it's kind of off center. What is that phrase? Off kilter or off center? But because all the other ones are nicely centered, kind of balances out. But because I just bought a bunch of random watches, you have to be specific on how you match them up, because you can't use a super small watch and then connect it to like a super big watch like this, because there's only so many jump rings that will fit on the bar of the small watch, and it will be off center. But a lot of the ones I even used, there's some differences in the lengths of the watches, so there are some gaps, even though I was mindful of that. And this one is so cool. The flower is so pretty. And then these, I think it said it was made of nickel, which I always see jewelry at Michael's and everything for crafting, and it says, oh my gosh, the lighting is so bad. Wait, okay, there. I need to move my chair back. I see a lot of jewelry at craft stores, like jewelry supplies, that says nickel free. So it makes it seem like nickel's this like scary thing, but maybe it's just that it's not good to put in like earrings, right? I don't know, but this was in the hardware section of Walmart. I got 2 for like $3.50. I would have liked a stainless steel one, but at Michael's they didn't have that. I don't know if they're out of stock or if they just don't sell it, but I looked online and then filtered it to the in-store stock, and yeah, I didn't find anything. And I even bought some different swivel hooks from Michael's at first, but I returned them because in person, when I compared them to the watches and the jump rings, it was a light, weird silver color, but this matches way better. So there's hooks that I can hook onto any bag, virtually any bag. And yes, it's very hefty. So, and here's an example of what I was talking about. This is a really small watch, and I fit as many jump rings as I could on the bar. And then this flower was the, smallest one compared to this. And so it kind of moves around a lot. But hey, it still holds up. And I did clean these watches. They were super grimy. I assume if you buy any used watches, oh my gosh, there's the light. If you buy any used watches, they're probably gonna come in grimy. So I used a little toothbrush and I got it a little bit wet, put some soap on it, and would scrub. And I would wipe it off right away so no water seeped in. One of the watches had a bad seal, and so a little water seeped in, but it evaporated and we're all good. And they look really nice, so. But let me know if you guys would like more videos like this of me showing projects I've made or things I've made, even paintings that I've painted. I also wanted to do a video of my favorite things that I've thrifted, slash like things that bring me joy in my home. But those are kind of one and the same because a lot of the things that I buy are from the thrift store. Or like I get them secondhand, like those Lego bins actually are pretty expensive to just buy from Lego. So I found them from someone on Facebook Marketplace. I think this is tingly when I move it up like that. But let's put it on one of my bags, and oh my goodness, I moved the camera a little bit, but I've put it on this bag, and this bag I got from Depop for like $10 plus shipping, and it's a vintage bag. It looks pretty old to me, but I'm not sure what year it's from. I think it does have the brand inside, which would help me more, but I don't have a lot of purses. I have another neutral brown one, and it was like $6 at the thrift store, and it's by like Liz Claiborne, which is a very affordable brand anyway. But other than that, I have that candy wrapper purse I bought for that one video, but I mostly use tote bags. I also have a crossbody bag. It's like a pin bag, so I could display all my pins, so that one's cool. I should show that one. Show all my pins. These nails are shorter because I started picking up my guitar and playing some things again, so these nails are longer. So this bag is really nice. It's got that metal that works really well with the metals on the watches and the swivel hooks, and it's got hardware so that the hand strap, or whatever it's called, will move down like that, so makes it nice and easy. And then this purse also came with its own strap that has swivel hooks just like this, so if I wanted the original look, I could just put that strap on. I think the purse strap that I made matches this purse well. So it can go kind of crossbody, but it's a little short, so I can just wear it on my shoulder. I didn't have any more watches that I really liked, and I didn't know I could buy more spring bars, so there was probably a few more I could have used if I replaced some spring bars to make it longer, but that would have made it even heavier. And it's cool because all the backs have the engravings with the brands, and pretty much all of them are made with stainless steel. And I learned while making this that I guess Japan is big in the watchmaking industry, or maybe just the stainless steel industry, because almost all of them say Japan on the bottom. favorite is definitely the flower, I think. And I mean, this one's cool. It's from Faded Glory, which I thought was just a clothing store. It's got purple in it. And the glass is like, what would you call it, beveled? Or just like, it looks like a prism or like a crystal. They're all cool. And what was interesting was I got 2 of the same watches. This one and this one, so I can kind of make it, or I made it look a little bit more like cohesive and uniform because I put those both at the base. But it's strange because one of them says Avon, which is like, isn't that like the multi-level marketing company that's been around forever? And then one of them doesn't say that, which is really interesting. So maybe one of them's from like the same manufacturer, but just, I don't know all the terms. Like white labeled, I don't even know. I don't know what that means. I should not say things that I don't know what they mean. And the light keeps following me. I can sit like this. I have to keep moving back. I'll try and lean back. I think it looks so dope. And look at that light when it hits. And I hate people perceiving me. I know I'm online, but it's kind of different. You feel more like confident. You feel more confident online, or at least I do. But in person, I am very anxious. Like, I get anxious ordering coffee because I'm afraid that it's like too long of an order, like it's too specific and the barista's gonna get mad at me. Like, that's the type of person I am. And I go to local coffee shops and I literally always get the same thing, so they probably remember me, but I still get nervous every time. But yeah, what was I even saying? I get nervous in oh yeah, I didn't even finish my thought. I get nervous in person, yet this will definitely draw attention to me. But I kind of like wearing things that I've made or wearing really artsy things, because when people point it out, it's something to have a conversation about. Like if someone were just to ask me something or stop me on the street and like compliment me on like my features or my outfit, like that makes me so nervous. But if it's about art, it's not about me, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, is this art? If it's something cool, if it's an accessory, and I guess an accessory is part of your outfit, but when I say I don't like someone, it's not that I don't like it, but when someone compliments my outfit, like it's on my body, right? Like my shirt, oh, that means they're looking at my shirt, you know what I mean? But that, don't worry, compliment people, okay? Because I still, you know, it makes me feel good. It's just I'm nervous on how to respond. That's all. Oh, I like that one. On my shoulder. Kind of gotta stand up. But here it is. So cute. So cute, and I can flip it based on which watches I want to show off. So cool. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If you want to make this, I should open up my community, because I can open up my community and you can send in photos, I'm pretty sure. But I should open that up, so if you make something like this, or even like if you are a crafty artsy person and you make something, I'd love to see it, especially if it's like my kind of style and funky and fun. Sorry that the angles keep changing. I fixed the lighting and I wanted to show off the whole shebang when ending this. But I spent about $65 if I haven't said that already. But again, I have so many extra watches, so I'm sure you can make it for less. And I did take it out already. I wore it out shopping, and it didn't break. It held up. You just have to be careful. But that's going to end today's video. And I hope you guys have a good day or night.